I am Dr. Kenyaju Nganga, welcoming you to Sense 101 Life Club, where we train, coach, and mentor in life skills to inspire people to achieve their God-given destinies. Sense 101 Life Club, inspiring generations. Prison break, prison break. You know, very few of us like talking about money, although everybody does something about money. I read a quotation by Zig Ziglar once saying, money won't make you happy, but everybody wants to find out for themselves. On the Gotta Have It scale, money ranks so closely to oxygen, it might be rated number 2. A gentleman by the name Clinton Jones takes the joke slightly further and says, I have never been in a situation where having money made it worse. We grew up in an environment where our parents captured us to work very hard and get good grades so that we get a good job. That's about our education system, and that's about our worldview tonight. But I know that many of us listening to me here are either victims or about to be victims of layoffs, job losses, downsizing, or even organizational restructuring. And there is someone listening to this voice tonight who gets very nervous and anxious every time they hear there are appraisals going on in their company. And they would want to quit, but they can't. The reality on the ground cannot allow them. There's a true mortgage, there's a true car loan, there's some school fees to be paid. The realities are grave. They are conscious of the fact that what they are paid is a meager percent of the profit their role plays in that organization. A minute percent of the effort you play in that organization. Regrettably, if you continually do what you hate to do, you will eventually hate yourself. But again, you take solace in the fact that you have some pension, some benefits. You have a company car that they have given you. You have some medical scheme. And you feel that you've spent too many years in your corporate ladder, such that now quitting will drain it to the waste. Deep down your heart, you know that designing yourself around your job is far more rewarding than designing your job around you. But you feel you have sold yourself into indentured servitude. You played as a pawn in somebody else's game. You've tried to push through the crowds, toppling the employees around you to get corporate recognition. And if you've been doing that and you're in our midst, by now it has come to your realization that for you to reach the top on your corporate, in the organization where you're working for, then you've got to play by the set rules to the core. Unwittingly, it has reduced you to a genetic copy, a corporate replica, an industrial cog, a commercial clone, a dispensable commodity, collectively commonly known as human resource. You don't like the situation, but you wouldn't want to disclose this to anyone. You perhaps don't like your job, but you wouldn't want to admit tonight. And this meeting is specifically for the man or the woman hearing my voice who knows that she was created to live abundantly, not sufficiently. The person who've come to the realization that job security is an oxymoron. You can neither have job security. You can either have a job or security, but never both. Tonight, if you've been running your tongue behind an idea, but you haven't pulled the trigger yet. If you've been having a business, but you don't know where to start yet. If you've been feeling you are designed for something greater than the dull, fatal routines that you've been embarked on every day, then this is your evening. And I have a message for you so that you stop stumbling and mopping through life broke. and so that there can be some more meaning to your life. But this meeting is not just for those who desire to transit from employment into business. But this meeting is also for those who are on their own, but they would like to be recognized. They would like to be found out. They believe they are greater than what they are already doing. They would like their brags to be recognized. They would like to up their game. I want to invite you to an adventurous journey, a life of freedom, in the sense that you personally set the rules of the game and the terms of engagement. And to achieve this end, what I want to do tonight is to approach this topic in two phases. First, I'm going to look at some common deceptions about success, misconceptions about success. And secondly, I'm going to give you a 7-step procedure on how to prison break. On the very first part of my presentation tonight, misconceptions about success, I borrowed heavily from many writers, among them John Maxwell's Today Matters. I do an average of about 100 meetings every single year, so I'll also bring a lot of experience that I've encountered on one-on-one. Besides, I'll also bring my personal experience as an entrepreneur. I've never had a payslip. I can speak with authority how you need to set out your own enterprise. So allow me to share with you some 10 misconceptions about success. Number 1. Some people believe success is limited. And if you believe success is limited, then you fight it. You give up on success. You believe it was designed for someone else. You know, one of the Forbes magazine this year, they say that Bill Gates is worth 79 billion US dollars. If you get time, pick a calculator and try to do some maths. If this man spent 1 million US dollars every single day, that's approximately 100 million Kenya shilling. It will take him 216 years to finish his money. That's assuming there is no interest on his money, but that's not the case. The article suggested if he didn't work for a single day, he would still make 4 million US dollars. If then he spent 1 million US, he would still have a surplus of 3 million US dollars. That means on simple interest, it will take him 648 years to finish his money. I pray that God gives him a long life. And think about that. When we hear that kind of success, we say this is impossible for the Kenyan economy. We say this is impossible for Laikipia County. And I want to suggest today that success is not rationed. Success is not in short supply. Whether you carry a teaspoon or a water bucket to the sea, none of the containers can drain the sea waters. The limiting factor is your thought, your mind. You see, the number one reason why a lot of people die living below the life of mediocrity, it is not because they set many goals and failed, but it's because they set important goals and achieved them. Put it in simple language, they set very simple goals, very small goals, and achieved goals that never made a difference in their lives. Did you know if you swim in a kid's pool, you can cause convocation? And I suggest it's time you get into the adult swimming pool, into the deep end. Because only you can limit yourself. All limitations are self-imposed. There was an experimenter one time who took a glass like this and decided to put some fleas, the ones that attack dogs. The fleas were just there at the glass, and then he put a metallic lid. And the fleas tried to jump out. The lid was painful. After several trials, they gave up on the mission. Then the experimenter decided to remove the lid. And although the fleas were free to flee, they never flee. They never left the glass. They were already conditioned to remain in the glass. They were in a self-imposed prison. Could that be you tonight? That you're in a free market economy, but you never see nor seize opportunities. Misconception number 2. Some people believe success is mystical. And if we believe success is mystical, then we search for it. We search for the magic formula. We search for the silver bullet. We search for the golden key that will suddenly unlock the floodgates of heaven. So we subscribe to the secret. We go to palm readers to read our hands to prophesy our future. We buy newspapers for one reason, to look into the stars to see what the day will bring. We subscribe to chiromancy because we believe success cannot be explained rationally. There is something mysterious about it. Let me suggest tonight I've got the golden key that will unlock your secret. I read somewhere, now unto him who is well able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ever ask, think, or imagine, according to the power that works within us. Ephesians 3:20. That power works within us. Stop searching for solutions in black magic. Stop searching for solutions in the name of the secret. God has put within you the seeds of greatness. Within you is a destiny. Misconception number 3. Some people believe success is fate. And if we believe success is fate, then we surrender to fate. We surrender to it. We begin to believe we have no control over it. You know, one of the most prolific writers on adult education, Paulo Freire, a Brazilian writer, he talks of 3 levels of awareness. The lowest level of awareness, he calls it magic level. And these are people who believe everything that happens to them happens because of something supernatural. They have no control over it. Look at me, everyone. Can you see me? I'm going to take a walk. I'm going to take a walk. Can you see me, everyone? I'll take a walk. I'll take a walk. I'll take a walk. Ah, shindwe, the devil is a liar. There is no devil here. I need to walk properly. Have you ever seen people who blame the devil for everything that happens to them? I don't know what the enemy is doing in our lives. There's no devil there. And some of them blame God for everything that happens to them. And I request you today, don't bring God in the maths. Somewhere I read that God has a good plan for each one of us. Jeremiah 29:11. When you fail, don't bring God into the maths. God's desire is for all his children to succeed. Whether you are there or not is up to you, and it's a different story altogether. The second level of awareness, according to Paulo Freire, it is called naive level. These are people who know there is something they can do about themselves, but they don't do it. They choose to blame the government. They choose to blame the socioeconomic factors. They choose to blame their backgrounds. They choose to blame lack of a college degree. They choose to blame their marriage which was broken, and their ex and their father who was irresponsible. They choose to blame the past and everything that they can't control. Will you choose to be naive tonight? Choose not to be naive. The third level of awareness and the highest level is called critical level. These are men and women who argue, if it is up to be, it is up to me. I am the only reason for my success, and by default, I'm the only reason for my failure. No one can determine what I can or cannot do, be or never become. I draw the graph for my destiny. I'm aware that I can control the variables. Let me suggest tonight, you draw the graph. The graph is not drawn by anyone. Deception number 4. Are you there? Some people believe success is a matter of luck. And if we believe success is a matter of luck, then we hope to succeed. Success never becomes a deliberate process. It becomes a hope. Have you ever heard people say, he was so lucky, to explain somebody else's success? He must have been lucky. How else will failures explain your success? What a defeatist attitude. You know, Las Vegas perhaps is the gambling headquarters of the world. They have approximately 1 slotting machine for 8 residents in Las Vegas. Nevada. They have even put them in the washrooms just in case when you are there, you may miss out on the jackpot. So bad it was that in 1980, some workers in Las Vegas hospital were suspended because they were betting on the next patient who is going to die. One nurse was actually accused of killing a patient so that she may win on the gamble. The extent to which people can go on gambling. And we are putting up casinos all over this country, teaching our kids to gamble their way to the top. You see, luck is an illusion believed by the ignorant and chased by the inferior mind. Any chance that you will succeed due to luck is 1 to 50 million. The odds are prohibitive against your success. I love a certain Japanese proverb that says, the day you decide to do it is your lucky day. Deception number 5. Some people believe success is a question of opportunity. And if success is a matter of opportunity, then we wait for it. We wait for the opportune moment. And people who believe in an opportunity, they keep saying he was in the right place at the right time. I don't believe there is anything that is irretrievably missed like a daily opportunity. While the aging cannot rewrite their youth, the youth listening to my voice tonight may rewrite their future. There's an Arabian proverb that says 4 things never come back: the spoken word, the past life, the sped arrow, and the neglected opportunity. One old saying suggests that Noah didn't wait for his ship to turn up. He built one. And anything who waits for anything to turn up, according to Gert Henrich, he will have to turn his own shirt sleeve. If there is such a thing as an opportunity, then I want to believe that success occurs when opportunity meets preparation. Unless you are prepared for that opportune moment, then it will bypass you without seeing it. Because if you want to take a boat ride, you've got to be near the river. If you don't know the port you're sailing to, any wind is not favorable. Let me suggest this. If you miss out on an opportunity, the reality in this life is that the opportunity is never lost. Someone else picks it up. The universe works in such a manner that an idea whose time is ripe will not go down to the waste. Someone else will pick it up and implement on the opportunity that you neglected. Deception number 6. Some people believe success is an event. And if we believe success is an event, then we schedule for it. Let me humbly admit, an event like the one we are having tonight has its undeniable place in success. I'll do everything humanly possible today to inspire you, to invigorate your spirits, to motivate you, to energize you, to psych you. But while motivation covers a lot of ground, motivation doesn't cultivate any ground. There is no amount of motivation that I'll do tonight that will make you or will force you to take that step and implement that idea. And there are people who keep on scheduling for certain moments. You know, have you ever seen weather like this? Wait until the weather improves and then I'm going to start on this project. You know, I'm seeing someone. I can't start until we get settled. When we finally get settled, I can put up my house. Wait until I turn 40. Life begins at 40. Wait until I turn 40. Oh, I never start anything until January 1st. Wait for January 1. That is when I get motivated. And do you know many of you listening to me here, within 17 days, every single resolution has collapsed? I honestly believe that New Year resolutions are like babies crying in a church. They should be carried out immediately. You know, there is that part of our brain, we call it prefrontal cortex. It's behind the forehead. It is responsible for our willpower. It has to be developed just like your biceps. If you receive too heavy a load and you've not been going to the gym, you're going to drop it suddenly. You've got to develop that part of your brain. What I'm doing with you, I can do a whole week non-stop. because I've exercised that part of my brain over and over and over again. So rather than waiting for January 1, I'm going to give you some 6 things you can do to ensure that resolution works right now. Number 1, take baby steps, because lofty resolutions don't work. Number 2, look for an accountability buddy, someone who will make you accountable for what you said you want to do. Number 3, celebrate milestones in between. Don't wait until you achieve that big thing. For example, if you want to lose weight from 100 kilos and you want to achieve 60 kilos, don't wait until you're 60 kilos. When you're 90 kilos, celebrate. Are you with me? It motivates you to keep on going. Number 4, focus on what you can change and what you want to see, not what you don't want to see. You want to see yourself wearing a 70 kilo body. Focus on that 70 kilo body, not on the 30 kilos that you want to lose. You see, you need to set your mind. Perhaps you develop new neural pathways in your mentor so that you start visualizing on what you want to become. Number 5, focus on the present, not on the past or the future. You can't change the past. You have no control over the future. What can I do today about my goal? Maybe I need to stop eating ice cream today. Maybe I need to go for 40 hours exercises today. And number 6, have a plan of action on how you want to implement this resolution. And this takes me to misconception number 7. Misconception number 7. Some people believe success is a question of connections. And if we believe success is about connections, then we network for it. Who do you know? Is that familiar in Kenya? And there are many people in our midst who believe for you to succeed, you must know someone. Let me humbly admit, there is a place for business networking and connections that cannot be denied. We crave for intimacy, but we fear vulnerability. We crave for friendship, but we fear being hurt. We fear rejection. All of us are like islands in the sea, separate on the surface but connected in the deep. Connections give life meaning. No man stands alone. You can't succeed all by yourself. You certainly need to know one another. But having said that, I need to caution us today. Knowing someone is not a guarantee of succeeding in life. Let me ask you this. Is there someone listening to me here? Perhaps you know someone who is so close to the governor like here. Let's say this was the campaign manager for the governor. 5 years down the line, this guy is still begging for handouts. He's never changed his life. He's never seen the governor for his true value. He's close to the powers that be, but has never converted those networks into business opportunities. Does that sound familiar? So connections on their own don't deliver results. And there are many in our midst, especially ladies, with your permission, who keep on joining many groups, chamas. We keep on joining many networking forums. And some of you perhaps are in 4 or 5 WhatsApp forums. And every single meeting in Nanyuki, in Nairobi, you have the first person to sign up for the meeting. And I want to caution you, every time you hear there's a meeting, please check it out and ask yourself this question: what is in for me? While selfishness is poison to the bones, self-interest is music to the soul. You must calculate your return on investment for everything you're engaging in. Otherwise, you don't respect your time. If you don't respect your time, you can't do anything with your time. You don't respect yourself. You will waste years. You will reflect back and be shocked with the wasted life you had. And when you join a networking forum, let me suggest to you very strongly, don't discuss anything negative, because people repel anyone who is negative. Don't go there to close the sale, because people are not in a buying mood. Sell yourself. Focus on a long-term gain, not the short-term gain. Then follow up on referrals. No one will babysit you in business. Meet after the meeting. If you have a networking social platform, as an online one, don't add noise and spam into the platform lest you lower your brand value. Stick to the core agenda of that networking forum. In fact, remember the timeless words of John Rockefeller. He said, a friendship founded on business is a far better deal than a business founded on friendship. Misconception number 8. Many of us are victims of this. Most of us believe success is a matter of hard work. And if we believe success is just a matter of hard work, then we labor for it. We work for it. We toil for it. It is important for me to make a disclaimer here. There is no one in his right frame of mind who can speak against the virtue of work. Work is the price we pay to travel the highway of success. Work is the beginning of all wisdom. In fact, someone made a joke that the only place in the world where success comes before work is in the dictionary. We can't gainsay the importance of work. There is no substitute to hard work. There are a lot of people today teaching about different things like working smart, working this, working the other, but there is no substitute to hard work. But let me tell you this today. Looking at hard work as the only ingredient to success is linear and one-dimensional. Work alone has never delivered success. If you have lived long enough like me, perhaps you have observed someone who operates a kiosk, wakes up before 4 o'clock, sleeps after midnight to take care of the last person who is sleeping. Or maybe this guy operates matatu or public transport vehicles. He wakes up by 4 in the morning to take people to Nairobi and comes back past midnight 10 years down the line. This guy hasn't bought the second vehicle. He only has the same vehicle. As a matter of fact, it is depreciating in value. There is no evidence in the increase of stock to the guy who operates a retail shop. Is that familiar? Why, you may ask? Simply because they confuse processes with results. They confuse activities with accomplishments. They confuse stories with deliverables. They confuse motion with meaning. Busy, 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 but never sitting down to account, to take stock of the progress they are making. Their hands are toiling, but there is no evidence of progress. That's why in a moment I'll be flashing out for us a true and tested down-to-earth formula that will deliver for you that which you've been looking for. Misconception number 9. Some people believe success is a matter of deals. D-E-A-L-S. Deals. And if we believe success is a matter of deals, then we keep cutting deals. We never master a craft. Have you ever heard someone in this town or elsewhere who tells you, I supply anything except human beings? If I hear there's a deal about road materials, I'm there. Stationery, I'm there. Aprons, I'm there. Quails, I'm there. Hardware, I am there. And what they don't realize is that at the end of the day, they don't have a business because they never master